I call Kelvin Davis. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker. Tuatahi māku e mihi kauna ki a koutou ngā hapu I haka huangia o koutou ingoa, nā koutou I tau mai nei ki raro te tūnui o tēnei tō tātou whare, te whare o te motu. E te araki e tumu, tēnā rā koe. Te kahurangi a Tāriana, tēnā rā koe. Rauranga tirama, tēnā koutou, nau mai, haere mai, whakatau mai. E te awa o Whanganui, tēnei tētahi uri o taumārere mihi kaune ki a koutou. Pōhiana tātou, o tātou awa, ka rere atu, ka tai ki te moana, kei reira ngā awa katoa o te motu o te ao, e tūhono ai rātou ki a rātou. Nā reira, e pēni ana a taumārere e hono ana ki a koutou ki te awa o Whanganui. E ngā tini mate, ko rongo hoki I ngā ingoa maha I whakahuangia I rote te whare tēnei rangi rātou I whakapau I o rātou kaha ki a tai ki tēnei wā ka mihi atu ki a rātou. Kore tai te whakahuangia I ngā ingoa katoa I te mea, ko rongo hau te kōrero a te minita I te tau 1800 whitutikau ko tai tētahi petihana ki tēnei whare. Mai taua wā, I te tohe I te whawhai, koutou mo te awa. Nā reira, kānui ngā mihi atu ki a koutou. Ngā uri o rātou mā, ko tai ki tēnei wāhei ki te whakatūtukitanga o taua moia o rātou mā. Mr. Speaker, this bill declares that Te Awa Tupua is an indivisible and living whole and comprises the Whanganui River from the mountains to the sea, incorporating all its physical and metaphysical elements, and is a legal person with all the rights, powers, duties and liabilities of a legal person. Two things sprung to mind when I read that. First of all, what on earth does metaphysical mean? And then ko rongo hau I roto ngā kōrero a Adrian, a Marama, te mana, te mauri, te ihi, te wehi, werāhotanga. Mea kua tuhia aua kupu ki roti te pire aka mōhio. Engari ki ahatia rā. The second issue that sprung to mind was it's about time, I think this is the third time, and it's about time, and it needs to happen more, that the Māori worldview has basically been legitimised in legislation. To say that we're talking about a person with incorporating all its physical and metaphysical elements, and talking about a river, just like we've spoken in this house about Te Urewera has similar mana, Te Awa o Waikato has similar mana. It's about time that this house started recognising and legitimising the Māori worldview. We'll all remember the time when they were building a road somewhere up north and the local hapu said, there's a taniwha there, be careful. Māoridom were ridiculed. So we've come a long way since that time when we're ridiculed for actually putting our point of view forward, and to the extent now that we're legitimising Māori concepts in law. And I can imagine outside of these walls how the country will be going off. Oh my gosh, these Māoris, what are they on about now? Well, look, if in our Pākehā culture, in our Christian culture, we believe someone can walk on water, well, we can believe the Te Awa Whanganui is a person. So it's a beautiful thing, and I acknowledge the Minister and everyone who put all the effort into getting to this stage. In the acknowledgements, I just want to read out two paragraphs that struck me. The Crown acknowledges that through the settlement of Whanganui, iwi have sought to bring all the iwi, hapu, and other communities of the Whanganui River together for the common purpose of upholding and protecting the mana of the Whanganui River and its health and well-being for the benefit of future generations and ultimately all of New Zealand. The two words that hit me there were other communities. Whanganui iwi have sought to bring all the iwi and hapu and other communities. This isn't about Māori just wanting again to do stuff for ourselves. This is about New Zealand as a country, including all of our communities. How can we possibly protect the mana of the river and its health and well-being for the benefit of future generations of Māori? We've got to do it all on our own. This is about bringing businesses into the fold, about farmers and forestry, the Department of Conservation, forest and bird, all the commercial interests and recreational interests. Everybody has a role to play in ensuring the mana, the mauri, the hauora of the river. And just on the recreational interests, it reminds me of my great-grandfather Uru Davis, who happened to live in Whanganui over a century ago now. I think he even played rugby for Whanganui, but he was certainly a rower, and he was part of the Whanganui Rowing Club. So that's just another little link from myself to the Whanganui River. The Crown also acknowledges that the approach taken by Whanganui iwi in respect of the settlement represents significant compromise and generosity of spirit by Whanganui iwi and promotes a collaborative, inclusive approach to the Whanganui River and its future governance and management with the recognition and protection of Te Awa Tupua at its heart. Those are great words in the acknowledgement. This is about collaboration, working together. All the various communities, iwi, hapu, organisations, everybody coming together to protect the mana, the ihi, the wehi of this great body of water. We all know when we pepeha, I said this in the previous bill that was just talking, we acknowledge our waka, we acknowledge our maunga, and we acknowledge our awa. It is part of us, it is who we are. And this bill endorses that. It just outlines to the whole country how special our awa are, be it Whanganui, be it Taumarere, be wherever. They're an integral part of who we are as Māori. The framework that's been spoken about, I believe, is fantastic and will go a long way to ensuring the mana and the mauri of the awa. The Te Pou Tupua, the bill provides for the establishment, purpose and functions and powers of Te Pou Tupua. Its purpose is to be the human face of Te Awa Tupua and to act in the name of Te Awa Tupua. So we're going to have people who are going to have the job of making sure that this bill is enacted. I'll just quickly race through in the short time that we've got left and talk about the other parts of the framework. Te Karewao, the bill establishes Te Karewao as an advisory group for Te Pou Tupua. So they're advising the people who will be on Te Pou Tupua. Te Kōpuka na Te Awa Tupua, the establishment of Te Kōpuka is a strategy group for Te Awa Tupua, made up of members, not more than 17 members, made up from a number of groups. Te Heke Ngāhuru ki Te Awa Tupua is to provide for the collaboration of persons with interests in the Whanganui River in order to address and advance the health and well-being. Te Korotete o Te Awa Tupua, which is Te Awa Tupua Fund, and this here is the $30 million that'll be spent in order to promote the hauora, mauri, mana of Te Awa. Mr. Speaker, again I'd like to congratulate everybody who is involved in the development of this bill, and in particular the recognition of the Māori worldview and legislating for it. This is the start. We're looking forward in the Māori Affairs Select Committee to hearing submissions on this bill, but I do commend it to the House. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.